About now, I should have been in Monte Carlo, watching this. But just as I was getting my lucky bobble hat ready, the one with the missing bubble, I got a text message from Jethro and Ben. It said, "Hi Henry, we know you love rallying and want to go to Monte Carlo, but we've decided you should drive a Monte Carlo instead." Cue horrible feeling in pit of stomach when I think they might mean a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. But it continued. An Escort RS Cosworth Monte Carlo edition. Hurrah, I thought, I can drive that to the south of France. But it continued. Even better, we've discovered that Vence, where all this is going on, is twinned with Stamford, which is near Peterborough, so you can use roads around there. You're probably wondering why they were doing all this to me. We're doing this to you because you rally types always bang on about Group B this and Group B that, and how 2017 is going to be the return of Group B. I might have said that. But Group A is the era we should be pining for, as that actually gave us exciting road cars like the Cosy. We hope that after a day driving it on Cambridge's answer to the Col de Turini, you'll agree. Love, Jethro and Ben. The Flower Pot Men. In all seriousness, it is really lovely to get back behind the wheel of an Escort Cosworth. Can you believe it's 25 years since this was first produced?
On sale from 1992 to 1996, Ford only needed to produce 2,500 Cosys to satisfy the Group A regs, but ended up selling over 7,000. Without a doubt, the car's most distinguishing feature is the humongous whale-tail rear wing. Designed by Frank Stephenson, it's as overblown as someone building an Olympic swimming pool out the back of a two-bed semi. You could park this between two Lamborghinis and it would still steal the show.
The Escort Cosworth, in case you don't know, was obviously it was a homologation car, so the Mark V Escort had a transverse four-cylinder engine in the front and front-wheel drive. That was no good for rallying. So what they did is they put the Sierra Cosworth underneath a Mark V Escort body. That means that up front we've got an inline-four engine going longitudinally and permanent four-wheel drive underneath, with 33% at the front and 67% at the rear.
In the same way people instinctively say boy or girl to pregnant women, the first question people always ask about Escort Cosys is big turbo or small turbo. The earlier cars have a big Garrett T3 turbo and their YBT engines have blue cam covers. There is a fair amount of lag with these, however, so to combat this, later cars were fitted with smaller T25 turbos.
This Monte Carlo edition is a big turbo car, so we've got 227 brake horsepower and 224 pounds-foot of torque. 0-60 is 6.1 seconds and it's good for 140 miles an hour. These figures might not be particularly shocking today, but back then, kind of mind-blowing really. It's not a great sounding in-car, I have to say. Steering, there's not as much feel as you might think, but the whole car just flows. Yes, this is just like the Col de Turini. Hairpins galore. There's one coming up. Oh no, there isn't. I wonder if Sebastian Ogier is winning. Might be Chris Meek. Or Thierry Neuville. I don't know. I mean, you know. I would have done if I'd been there. The Monte Carlo edition, as you might imagine, was built to celebrate the victory that Ford had at Monte Carlo, or the success, because they became second in 1993 in the first year that they competed with this car. And then Francois Delacour won in 1994, so this was to celebrate that, and they built 200 of these cars. There were three colours: ash black, mallard green, or this, which is jewel violet. You also got OZ racing wheels, just like the rally car. A turbocharged four-cylinder hot hatch is, of course, well, pretty common today, but there are a few things that certainly mark this out as are from a different generation. There's a 5-speed gearbox for a start. And then you get to the corners and, well, there's quite a bit of shudder through the steering wheel from the original brakes. I suspect it's on original tyres as well, these P0 asymmetricos, not a lot of grip. nice bit of roll in the corners actually. You tend to want to trail brake in, and then there's a really nice balance to the car. Does it still feel quick today? Well, this might sound really strange, but in modern cars, you only tend to use the top fraction of the throttle travel. This, you really have to remember to actually put the throttle all the way into the carpet, and then yes, it really is still very quick.
It would have seemed wrong not to end the day in the Midlands version of the south of France. It's rather pretty too. Some wonderful road cars certainly emerged from the Group A era, a fact that is only reinforced by a day in the terrific 25-year-old Cosy. However, I do wonder what sort of homologation specials would be produced if the WRC went back to Group A regs now. Would the resulting cars actually be any better than the current Focus RS, or more flamboyant looking than the current Civic Type R? I suppose it would be fun to find out, but ultimately, the reason I love rallying isn't because of the road cars it might produce.
In some ways, yes, I do want to see Group B back on the stage because they're the most exciting things. In the same way I want to see the most exciting cars in Formula 1, I want to see the most exciting cars on the rally stage. So there we go. Let us know what you think. It's not just up to me, is it? And now if you'll excuse me, I've just got one thing left to do. Dear Jethro, I know you wanted to go to the first race of the Formula 1 season, but I've heard that there's a little circuit out in Norfolk that would be much more fun, and there are some old Formula Ford cars